Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, this is a ongoing conversation that we're having. It's literally beating my head against, feel like I'm beating my head against a brick wall. What is the problem that a lot of people, almost universally parents, have with incorporating drag into Doctor Who? Because I never minded drag before. I've never minded female impersonators. I love Barry Humphries, just passed away. Incredibly talented person, always made me laugh. Genuine, a very genuine person, and a great performer. Is Dame Edna drag? I don't really know. The definitions are all very, very confused. But the problem is, drag is being openly used as a gateway to highly sexualized children. It's called grooming, right? I think when you whatever medium you're in, whatever you're doing, if it results in little boys wearing makeup and heels and dancing on stage in a sexual manner, that's called sexualizing children, right? If we could all just get on board with that and say, no, we don't want to do that, right? I don't think there'll be any trouble, but we can't do that. We can't, I saw somebody posted on social media, on YouTube, Twitter, something saying, no, to understand, Doctor Who is always kind and always accepting. He's not kind and accepting of paedophiles, right? And I'm not saying drag queens are paedophiles. I'm saying that drag is being used as a method to sexualize children. And it is! The Drag Queen Story Hour was a terrible idea, which we're paying for now, right? I'm sorry. And Russell, I am with you and everything. I think it's going to be well written. I think it's going to be excited. I'm excited to see Shooty in action and Millie Gibson. Oh, I'm really excited to see Millie Gibson in action. Let me tell you, both of them look fantastic. The Sixers there, and I really am. I really think they're going to be great. But this Jinkx's casting is a gender-driven casting. I think the character is going to be written for Jinkx, and I think the character will fit and work for the character. But it's a gender-driven casting, which makes parents uncomfortable. It makes parents uncomfortable because of the hypersexualization of children. If we can, again, the solution is this: Russell T Davies come out and say, I don't think children should be sexualized, and for that reason, I am suggesting we curtail Drag Queen Story Hour, right? And then we're all on the same page, right? And it's not, I feel, an unreasonable demand. Equally, a large portion of your audience, which we're going to be talking about, a large portion of audience don't share your moral outlook. Now, we all learnt to live and let live, right? With I think that became palpable when same-sex marriage became a thing, became legal. It was very much opposed by religious people because it's just a redefinition of the word, and it's the anti of the Judeo-Christian worldview of what is right and what is wrong. I'm not telling anybody to hurt anyone or go. I'm saying there is a morality system which drag goes counter to, which cross-dressing goes counter to. I'm not telling anybody not to do that, but I think it is deeply insensitive to such a massive, massive demographic. How massive? All Muslims and all religious Christians and religious Jews all are very uncomfortable. This is 180 degrees opposite from our worldview, which I think is what the point is, what the activism is. Like, why are you rubbing, your hatred of me and my worldview, which is not hateful to you at all? Right? I don't know what you know about biblical law, biblical philosophy, but the idea of being executed for being gay, just that's a bit of a misnomer. If you know the Old Testament, essentially it's like this: the death penalty for same-sex relations, I believe, was applied for public displayed same-sex relations after you receive an official, it can only be in an environment where there is an awareness of God in the universe. We call that with the rebuilding of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem, right? So nothing kicks in unless that happens, which means demolishing the Dome of the Rock. So it's up to you when you think it's going to happen. I don't know. If you think never. But those laws can only come in effect when that happens, right? And secondly, it's for a public display, it's a public sexual displays, right? Of graphic sex that you have been warned against doing, saying that God doesn't like you doing that in an environment where everybody believes in the same God, right? And there's supposed to be open miracles of that God, God existing. That's what the prohibition and the death penalty for same-sex relations is, right? It's not like, let's get them all. It's very nuanced, right? It's very nuanced. And I think, look, as somebody who knows the Bible well, the overwhelming understanding that I have from the Old Testament is of interpersonal relationship is love and respect to each people. You know, for all people's regardless of their worldview, if it matches yours or not. I mean, if they're destructive and hurting people, you have to defend yourself, right? But basically, it's a loving acceptance of people. God doesn't need you to be a policeman. God doesn't need you to go and say, "Oh, look, his Bible said don't do that." No, God doesn't need that. These are all personal choices, right? But that's basically the point, right? The point is why we are uncomfortable with drag being inserted. And I am using the word inserted into Doctor Who, and I think there's been quite a bit of drag insertion going on in Doctor Who under Rusty Davies, in one way or another. Oh, he did say that in the production note. So, go ahead. Fine. So, we're about to watch a clip from Friday. Not a clip. A video I recorded on Friday. It's a live stream. I live stream every day. Rumble likes live streams. You can head over to Rumble, subscribe to me there. That'll be fantastic. If you're a person who thinks it is hateful to be upset and worried about drag being incorporated into Doctor Who, get in contact and come on the channel and let's have a conversation. A non-pejorative conversation where we're nice to each other. We have a different worldview. I don't think you're hateful if you believe that. I don't think that you want to groom children. I don't think you want to rape children, right? If you have that point of view. Equally, I don't hate gay people. I don't hate people in drag. I don't want to see camps set up for people. No. Everybody should live free, right? According to their own conscience and not hurt each other. That is my belief. If you want to come on my channel and have this conversation, I think it'll be good for the world, because this is the point where society breaks, right? We have half society says no, other half society says you're bigots for saying no, right? So this is where society breaks. Come on the channel and let's talk this out. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, this was from Friday. As I said, a live stream every day. If you can head over to Rumble and subscribe to me there. Thank you very much. I'm grateful for you. I am very grateful for you doing that. That's not joking. Subscribe me on YouTube or Twitter, wherever you're watching me. I'm on YouTube. All my video content you can find on YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble. I put a bunch of videos also on Facebook. But Facebook's a piece of crap. Leave me alone. And then Instagram, hardly ever. But it's all in the video notes. Subscribe to everything. That'll be fantastic. Fine. With that lengthy introduction, let me head over to me from 2 days ago. Like, what's going on? Like, what is going on with Doctor Who, right? I mean, that's based, like we're all like, what are we watching? I don't understand, right? I do not understand. But, I mean, that's basically, that's what I feel. Because a lot of it looks very interesting and cool, and a lot of it looks really bad, which we will be talking about, right? That was the week that was. So yeah, it's just so I think this was a good discussion we had last night. So this I would do this as a live stream if they gave me more slots, but I have this other live stream going. When the drag kicks in, piano wearing drag. Oh God. Yeah, we got a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions about Jinkx Monsoon. In fact, that's pretty good, a good enough place to start. Bobby C25. A tale of two shows in one. It's very bizarre. I mean, okay. Let's drill down on the Jinkx Monsoon thing, right? Let's really look, have a look. Okay. So I'm assuming he, she, they, I don't know how they, whatever. I mean, he was a gay guy, right? He was identifying as a gay man while he was doing drag. I don't know if he still is, right? Fucking hell. Oh God, it's exhausting. Okay, it's exhausting trying to keep up. Oh, get me something. All right, fine. So for some reason, some hyper-dimensional, powerful villain manifested itself as a drag queen. Now, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I think there needs to be somewhat of a rationale. Why did you look, there's a very small segment of humanity that are drag queens, right? Why did this whatever this being is, and then we're going to get into theories about it that's going around. Why did they manifest as a drag queen? I mean, like, it's a bit. It's like, no, you could go for the other 99.8% of humanity. No, we're going for the drag queen. Oh, okay. And honestly, I'm not saying it won't be a fun character, right? I'm genuinely not. I just think in the context of the day, this is so. Like, okay. This is like that the world. I mean, like, the media part of the world needs to understand the Judeo-Christian morality system, which is not in sync with the Western world. However, there's a lot of people who hold these values, right? You can hold these values, by the way, without being hateful at the same time. I think Christians are very good. Good Christians are a very good example of that. They this is like cross-dressing is a thing that the Old Testament says no to, right? It says it's not good for you, right? It says a lot. Look, it has a very traditionalist sexuality. Look, now I'm not trying to impose that upon you, right? But you should be sensitive to me that as I am to you. Look, live and let live, mate. Okay, I'm not saying my morality system is correct and yours isn't. I'm just saying I have my morality system, you have yours. And it'd be nice if we could coexist, right? I think you is thinking this is lacking sensitivity, if nothing else, to people who don't share your morality system. And I know it makes you mad that they don't. Ooh, but they can do it without hating you because you think you think the reason that I would still ascribe, biblical morality as ultimate truth, right? You think the only reason I could do that is because I hate you? No, it's really uncomfortable for me. I'll be frank, right? I'll be really, really frank. I would much rather, be able to let it slide, right? But it's fine. It's just look. But I don't judge a person on that. I mean, we all do things that the Judeo-Christian value system says no to, right? It's like everybody does it. I mean, not drag, but anyway. But anyway, here's the thing: there are those in the world, a massive, I would say, the massive majority. Frankly, I hate to tell you. I mean, if you take in the Islamic countries, certainly, right? Okay, yeah, then it really is. Right. I don't know what happens if you bring in the Asian countries as well. That'd be interesting if you look at all humanity, right? But there's a massive part of humanity. Muslims, hey, yeah, you like them. They're not Christians, right? Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, Muslims, they find this offensive. Now, live and let live. Nobody should be imposing their value system on anybody else, right? It's like I'm totally down for that, right? I'm totally down for that, right? And I'm totally down for people with differing value systems being, loving, cordial, loving, connected. Yeah, I think that's good, right? I think that's really, really, really good. I think if nothing else, it lacks sensitivity to a massive part of the audience, right? That's the first point. Now, you're allowed to exist. I'm not saying you can't exist, but the point is, for some reason, and I don't understand it, and I think you're all good, sane people, but the LGBTQ plus think they're invisible unless they set themselves on fire and run in front of a screen constantly about themselves, right? Unless they I mean, it feels like, I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! Like, okay. But you are totally visible. Okay? And drag queens were always visible, right? Nobody had a problem with pantomime dames, right? Okay. It's combining it all, right? It's combining it all with boys who have never used their penis for sexual gratification with a lady or with somebody else, having it removed and a pouch put in so they can simulate, so a man can simulate having sex and you get no pleasure from it whatsoever, right? You know, that we all should agree there. That's wrong, right? And if you would say, yes, if it was drag against underage sex change surgeries, whoa, we're all friends again, right? Really, it is. This is the breaking point, right? If we all just stand together from against saying little boys, it's be okay for them to have their penises medically removed before they've ever used it. Maybe they want to think that one through a little bit more. Now, again, I don't want to be a stern parent on this one, but maybe they do. Maybe they do, right? Wouldn't that be good? But that seems to be something that we could all agree to. All right, I'm sorry. And I think the drag kids is a problem. I think that's child sexual exploitation, right? It's a problem, mate, right? Drag isn't an identity. Drag is a highly sexualized art form. I'm sorry, but it is. Then why do you all dress hot and slutty, right? If it's not highly sexualized, why do you dress in a highly sexualized manner? And I don't know. Listen, if this character is going to have a reason to be a drag queen, which is weird, right? I mean, don't you think that's a little bit weird? Yeah. I mean, and it's not. I mean, she's well cast because that's clearly what they wanted to do, right? I mean, yeah. Let's look at the video of her for a second. Do I still have that? Oh yeah. Okay, let's watch the video again.
I'm Jinkx Monsoon, and this is my costume for Doctor Who.
All right. So clearly, this character, if they're playing it like this, wants to present as female, but also has a penis. Why did that character make that? Let's be clear, just mathematically, very strange choice, right? Very strange. If there's no reason for it, I mean, that's one of the many sins of Star Trek Discovery. They're like, an 80% female bridge crew, right? And they're like, and nobody mentions it, right? Because they're all just stunning and brave women. And they got there through being stunning and being brave. What, you don't think women can be stunning and brave? No, actually not like that, no. That's why I like Star Trek Picard. I just watched episodes 9 and 10 again. Oh, me, they are good. They are very, very, very good. But I mean, literally just now, right? It's they're excellent. Wow. It's really, really, it's better the second time round, right? If you're just seeing it, say, oh, you should have a great time. It's fantastic. Big spoiler review of it coming tomorrow night. Also, I have the new SFX magazine. Maybe we'll get to that as well. Probably. I don't know. But yeah, look, that's the issue with Jinkx Monsoon. Why? You got it. You have to be able to write this well, right? As long as you can, you're able to write it, you might just get away with it, right? That's right. If you're able to write this well, you might just get away with it. But boy, this is going to take some good writing. Yeah, I mean, it just is. It's a bit weird. I was saying one of the sins of Star Trek Discovery was that 80% female bridge crew. It was like, and nobody referencing it. No, this is normal. Yeah, it's normally 80% women. Really? It used to be like 40, 20 to 40%, like 30% women. Maybe. Yeah, no, that wasn't normal. That was a patriarchy. Now it's normal. I mean, again, what did I love about Picard? That an idiot woman, Commander Shelby, now was clearly promoted to admiral above her abilities, screwed up to such an immense Kathleen Kennedy level that she got the entire Borg assimilated, the entire fleet assimilated by the Borg and killed because of her nitwit ideas, right? I mean, and using the brainless idiot young to indoctrinate them into totalitarian wonderful. I mean, like, really? I mean, it's a bit much, mate. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. It was. Listen, one could say it's on a bit on the nose. I think that's a good thing. Frankly, I think that's a nose one could be on. Quite comfortably. That's what I would say. What am I up to? It's Jinkx Monsoon. So we'll talk about Jinkx Monsoon, then I'll get to the chat. Again, like, this is uncomfortable for Christian parents, right? And their kids say, "Is that a man dressed as a woman? And why is that man wearing heels and makeup?" Right? This is an uncomfortable thing for people of faith who have nothing against you, right? It just it's like, I think it lacks sensitivity. I'm saying there's plenty. Look, again, it's the drag queen story hour. It's the drag kids. Without that's the stuff that where it all went wrong, mate. I'm sorry. I just don't think there's a tolerance for it, right? So, was it William Who says, I keep seeing people saying they aren't happy with Jinkx Monsoon because she's too inappropriate for the show. Again, it's not about being inappropriate. It's about being. It's bringing a very disturbing conversation to a general audience, so an audience that includes children. And a disturbing conversation is how somehow children have been become an integral part of drag. They have to witness it. They have to take part in it. And to me, it seems like sexually exploiting children, and that does seem to be happening quite a lot. I thought, did I bookmark this story? Let's have a look. 1 second. I think I did. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of things. Yeah, fine. I think that let's let me download this video, because I think this is really indicative of the problem with Jinkx Monsoon, right? It's like, what is the benefit for for this, like bringing this into Doctor Who, right? Again, it's very divisive right now. The surgeries are horrific, right? If you could just agree with us on the surgeries, right, or explain it to us, right? Because to me it sounds like they're horrific, right? Right. 1 second. Yeah, let's watch this clip. Hang on. Video file.
I'm not into touching, okay? I'm not. Let me put that out front. I'm no touching, no touching.
No touching. I won't touch you. I was paired up with Isaac. He was like, no touching. I was like,
yeah, look, mate. I don't want you to touch me either, right? You do you. It's cool. But while I don't share your worldview, I'm happy to coexist with you, right? But please, could you have a little bit of respect for my feelings, for my sensibilities? No, because they don't think I have a right to feel the way I feel, and it's not for them to decide, right? It's not for them to decide. And quite frankly, darling, you look, it looks crazy. Do you want me to tell you?
oh, this is gonna be fun.
The music will start, the boys will turn around. So,
Right.
gentlemen, let's turn. Gorgeous. And then we start walking.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I don't want any of those people touching me. I was like, you're all, yeah, no. I'm so with you. Get off. And like, live and let live, mate. Okay? Don't touch me. Okay? Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to get cooties. I'm just grossed out. And it's okay that I'm grossed out. Right? Again, this is very much against my cultural beliefs. Right? But again, I'm not seeking to impose my cultural beliefs on anyone. I'm just trying to have my personal space respected.
5, 6, 7, 8. And then maybe let's look at the gentleman. Gentlemen, you guys can acknowledge us. Ooh, who is this? Cool.
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry. I can't do this. I
Yeah,
can't.
I'm with you, mate. Like, what the?
I'm sorry. I'm a man of God. I can't do this.
Good for you. Good fucking you, mate. Yes. You are a man of good. Yeah, and what you did in Judaism is what we call a Kiddush Hashem, right? It is a you raise the name of God, right? Because you made a firm stand, right? And you did it in a, I think, reasonable and loving way. You just said, I don't want to do this.
Oh no. Yeah, I love those people. I pray for them. I would never do anything to hurt them or condemn them. But men are not supposed to dress like women. I'm not going to go along with that.
Okay, yes, you're right. You are correct. I mean, you're allowed your beliefs, sir. I happen to share them, but you are allowed your beliefs, and that is a perfect representation of Jinkx Monsoon in Doctor Who as it looks like it's going to be.
It's time to stand up and be a man of God.
Oh, amen, brother. Amen. Like, really? And I mean that sincerely, right? I mean that absolutely sincerely. I wish I could have a conversation with Rusty Davis about this, right? I mean, I wish I could have a conversation with, basically anybody from that side, right? But no, they can't. They won't talk, right? They just won't. Anyway, so inappropriate for the show, right? Hang on one second. Fine. Inappropriate. Again, why? She's not going to be sexual. She already is. And again, that she's a she and has a penis implies a sexual connotation. Doctor Who is a kid show. Yes! Well, it's a family show, but yes, it's a show that where kids watch with families, right? I've ever seen someone call Russell the P word the other. I've even seen somebody call Russell the P word the other day. I wouldn't say that, but I do think this this movement is being used by pedophiles, right? I mean, I do see see that happening. Oh, here, one second. And then this here, there's a drag kids thing. Oh, I don't have that. Oh man, that's cool as well. Should we look at a video of a baby Yoda? Here, no, let me pull this up and we'll look at this. Share screen. All right, so this is why we think it's real, right? Because of things like this, right? And again, okay, this I think is wrong. This I think is child sexual exploitation, right? This I think is wrong. I don't think this kid is of an age of consent, right? A daring and touching portrait of 4 kids chasing freedom and friendship through the art of drag. Yeah, no, I think this is wrong. Yeah, I'm no, mate. This is disturbing, right? I feel like I shouldn't be able to show this because it's like weird, contravening weird child sex laws. But I don't think I understand. That's the problem, mate. Right? Things like that existing, right? And much of your audience isn't happy with that, right? So. What I don't think he's a P word. Yeah, I don't think that at all. Oh yeah, although didn't think that of Jimmy Savile either, quite frankly. But anyway, you all have a very scarce view of the world. No, we have children, you dumb cunt. We have children, right? That's the issue. We have children. And we don't want to see their lives destroyed by this weird ideology that's not bringing any happiness to anyone, frankly, right? It's none of these people are going to be happy 10 years from now. So, I don't want you ruining my kid's life with this insanity, which is why I'm scared. And there's no diss on you. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? Maybe I'm 100% wrong and you're 100% right. I'm not taking the fucking risk. Because it looks like to me I'm right. Right? I might be wrong. I'm not taking the fucking risk, mate. Leave my kids alone. Right? Don't have to involve them. And that's the problem with Jinkx Monsoon in Doctor Who. And frankly, I don't know if this isn't a complete self-torpedo. It could be. It really could be. Everybody liked Bud Light, right? And they have no understanding why the boycott, which has worked, right? They might be going bankrupt, right? Which, yes, right? The boycott is crippling them. The boycott was over this. And again, this guy really represents the lack of understanding. This is it. This is the 40-second video that now has its by television across the country with targeted bumfwits. Really? Do you have any receipts to show? Because you guys normally talk shit, right? I hate to be the one to tell you this. You guys normally talk a lot of shit, right? A lot of what you say often ends up as being, what's that word? A bullshit, right? A bullshit, right? That's what a lot of your stuff ends up being. So, do you have any receipts, mate? Because you got a bad track record. Let me tell you. It's okay. Bloodflex. This is what drives the entire far right. No, it's the entire moderate world, right? They're like, fuck off with this shit. See, to them, this is offensive, right? Because Judeo-Christian values say this is sinful behavior, right? It's something that now again, do what you want. It's not we all sin, right? I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying the value system supported by your main demographic, right? Bud Light finds this offensive. And their outlook isn't racist. It's valid. It's called Christianity, right? It's valid. It's not the far right. A single small paper motion on an Instagram for March Madness. Let me ask you, mate, Alandra, right? Carballo. Let me ask you, darling, how much of a blackface ad is good for you? Like, I mean, not like a genuine, like the whole thing, right? Would you be okay with 48 seconds of that? I mean, just mocking black people with blackface. As many people think Dylan Mulvaney is mocking trans people and women, right? With this, right? Tim Pool believes this is insane algorithmic route to stardom, right? Basically, he's found he's followed the algorithm to be the perfect expression of it. Right, which is weird, but you know what can you do? This is what our computer overlords deem us to think is good. But yeah, well, if you had a blackface ad, 12 seconds, is that good? 15? How much of it is okay? How much of something that you believe is reprehensibly morally wrong is okay? You tell me, I'll go along with you because you seem to be a lot more intolerant than me, right? So that's what I say. So that's that's a little problem with Jinkx Monsoon, right? That is a little problem with Jinkx Monsoon. Right, let me get to the chat. We're up to Kevin Sazine. What's the first? How you doing, Kevin Sazine? Thank you for joining us. Robert Payne is here, 3 p.m. UK time when the drag kicks in. Piano wearing drag, hopefully not. I don't know. It's just like, you have to, it's like Russell. You might be on the wrong side of history on this one. Jinkx Monsoon as well. Oh, who can it be? So much fun, so much terror. Does look like terror. That's the other thing. It looks shit. I had to tell you. So I put grok bags on the here. I'll show you tomorrow's thumb. Yeah, can I put this over here? Does that work? Oh, I can do that. Look at that. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.